Is the fear that your dropshipping store will never actually grow the main thing holding it back? Because I'm about to show you exactly what happens when you lose that fear and how I took this store from struggling to make its first sale to generating thousands per day with big margins. And what's crazy is it only took a couple of winning products and a new strategy to do this. So this is Jake, the owner of the store I blew up. He'd been neglecting it for a long time because he was worried the amount of work he'd have to put into dropshipping would never actually pay off, so he stopped. Yep, completely gave up and gave all his time into the old method instead. Oh yeah, Jake's the old me, by the way. But then things took a scary turn for Jake because Facebook, the platform he chose to run his ads on, decided it wanted to ban accounts, it changed its rules, and it crashed his sales, meaning his dropshipping dream became almost impossible. And when your store isn't making any sales, invisible sales will mean invisible Lambos.
What colour's your baguette?
Concerned by his future, Jake came to the idea that he wanted to do a new strategy. I think I want to try Google Ads. I just don't know if it's going to work or if it's going to be worth all the effort. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. When your store hits over 100k with over 30k in profit, we'll get you that new car. Does that make it worth the effort? Okay, deal. Now what Jake didn't know is I've been researching Google Ads in preparation for this moment for quite a while, so it meant we could get going straight away. Okay, this is my plan to get Jake's store growing. That's literally it. No crazy creatives, no videos, no fake reviews, no fancy tools. And we're going to launch the store with 20 to 30 products. No, we need 200 products. No, we don't need hundreds, or 20 to 30 will be highly researched and ready to sell after launch. So once we get initial proof of concept, we can ramp up budgets and then cut losing products. After hearing my plan, Jake was now even more concerned. This could all be a giant waste of time because going against what everyone else was doing sounded like a much riskier option. So let me show you exactly what Jake was going through at this stage. Because if he hadn't had eventually fixed this, nothing I could have suggested would have actually worked. And I actually think this is going to be something you struggle with a lot too. So this glass of water right here is all of your time and energy. And this one right here might even be your job, it might even be your school or running another business. This one's Jake's Facebook ads. And this one is his family, his friends, his fitness, his dog. And then this one is his dropshipping store. And then you see this line in his cup? That's the amount of time and energy you actually need to put in to grow a dropshipping store. So in order to stand any chance of doing that, it means something has to get poured out of these other cups instead. And when you know all of these things here help you make money in your business or the things you really enjoy in life, removing time from them and then putting them into something you have no idea what to achieve those things, it's terrifying. Armed with our new and renegade plan, it was time to start adding our products. And what was awesome was Jake had been watching my videos on product research and angling, and the process had totally clicked with him. So he started to fly through the listings and knocked out 20 of them fast, ready to list. Suppliers sourced and priced them accordingly, and when you have so good quality products listed and sourced them in a good time frame, your stress cup empties, and to me that makes you such a better dropshipper. So this plan I came up with at the beginning that simply said sell products people can't resist actually had another page to it, and all that said was give the customer the best experience possible. But also do this before you do anything else, and I even wrote in the next page, never break this rule. Maybe my plan wasn't quite clear enough because this happened. Jake, why are you currently struggling? Because I haven't found my suppliers yet. And what's that done? It's a lot harder to have conviction with good delivery times. It really will give you a massive confidence boost while you have suppliers locked down. Because doing these things first, once sales start to come in, you know you aren't going to get any angry emails from customers asking where the product is. Knowing the importance of suppliers meant I really had to spur Jake on, but not only that, I needed this to work for my own credibility too. So I jumped back in to help him with suppliers, and finally, we landed on our chosen ones and launched. Have you ever wondered what happens if you actually take the time to research winning products? Well, you're about to find out because Jake hadn't launched for months. And he was worried his competitors might already be miles and miles ahead. And he thought it would punish him in taking this time and effort to actually launch. And of course it did. Not. The first initial test campaign sticking to the one rule we had absolutely flew in terms of sales, and it destroyed his previous Facebook ads. In fact, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth product started to pop off, creating thousands in sales. And these numbers didn't go down, they consistently went upwards. To give you some context, his previous Facebook ads were barely profitable as it was taking so much just to convert a customer, and it had taken years to get there. So what was it I discovered so early to cause the success, and how can you guys do the same? First, I need to make a confession. So Jake is obviously me. And he had spent a long time studying perfecting products to sell with Google Ads. And obviously Jake didn't go through my program and mentorship, because once again, Jake is me and I created that product. But seriously, because to me, you want to be running ads for your stores that customers are in a buying mood for. Think about it, Facebook is a social platform, and of course it can work, but it's just so much harder to convert sales. Because the way Google works is if you research your products correctly, they're more likely to be interested in your store, click the ad and buy it, which then grows your store and then grows your bank account. But also really, people don't go on Instagram or Facebook to buy products. They go to fight, argue, and give away the furniture they can't be bothered to dispose of themselves. So the amount of money you spend for the qualified traffic to actually buy your product you get is just not worth the effort. Or at least add Google Ads to your marketing strategy and combine both. So what was it that caused Jake's store to grow so fast? Well, to start, Jake's success was down to a lot of hard work and persistence. Apart from that, let's start to one of the three main catalysts. This was the one thing I spotted at the very start of the research, and it could be that light bulb moment for you. So in 99% of dropshipper stores, they put literally no effort into building good quality stores that are just built to sell. And the chances of them building a long-lasting brand with this strategy are very slim, because literally everyone is making the same cookie-cutter stores over and over again. So competition for this type of strategy is astronomical and almost a game of potluck. So in my research, I decided to ignore this completely and look wider at what we could do to stand out, because this is where you can experience the fastest growth. And that then gave us a list of great products to test, which then we turned into the master plan. But really what happened was we found a gap and a way to differentiate. And that is just so important in e-commerce these days. In fact, if you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm doing the same thing as everyone else and I'm not growing, maybe you just discovered why. But that's not all. Let's rewind the video back to this moment. And we're going to launch the store with 20 to 30 products. And look at this growth. The second thing we did, I just can't express the importance of this enough now. In fact, the first discovery just wouldn't have worked without this. And it's this. Look at what stores are actively popping in terms of traffic and ask yourself, how can I come in here and make this hybrid version and either steal some of the gravy from them and or dominate them entirely? More and more people flood to Google every day and search volume for products just keeps getting better and better. So it's only ever going to get easier to scale, but if you're copying others completely without innovating, you will lose time and time again. And that is why Jake spent a crazy amount of time on these products. I would sit in the evening for hours just in this part, because I know that if you don't make something that sticks up fast and is built for scale, adding products with zero effort is a complete waste of time. That is how important this step is. And then the third thing is a massive reason his store grew so fast. But it's actually what causes most stores to fail, and it's this. So this is Jake's current dropshipping cup. And can you see that the time and energy is right up to the dropshipping growth line? And this is because Jake finally stopped doing the thing holding nearly every dropshipper back. He stuck to one source of information and one simple plan. He stopped worrying it might not work and then trusted that if he allowed himself to put in the time and energy that it actually is required to get a result, his efforts would pay off. And guess what? With his dropshipping cup filled exactly to this line, it did. The thing is, you now know the three things you just have to do to blow up a store. But that doesn't answer this question. How did Jake's other store with one simple product manage to get over $175,000 in sales in less than 90 days? Well, there's actually a process you can follow to do the same. So if you really want to get your stores to that level fast, then make sure to watch this video right here where I do a deep dive in that store that did over 175K in sales, and I'm even going to reveal the winning product.